Okay, this is Expert Yump here, and I'm gonna be with Spooferman talking about how we decided to start our YouTube channels. So it's actually kind of an interesting story, right, Spooferman?
Yeah, it is actually.
So it kind of started when I was in the track team for my high school, and I was running, as you do during track, but they have a long jump pit, and it was covered up by these metal things that you kind of put them one by one to cover up the sand, and they weren't quite put in properly. So some of them were kind of sticking up, and some of them were actually sticking down as well. So as I ran across those, I twisted my ankle. I kind of twisted my foot because I stepped on the edge of one right as I went to jump over my backpack, which was right next to the high jump pit. So putting all your weight onto a twisted ankle is bound to do something bad to it, and it hurt. And so I knew something was wrong, right? And I just thought I was going to get up and walk it off, you know. And I was on the floor for a while, and the just kind of kneeling and holding my ankle, and the coaches were like, "Come on, what are you doing? Let's do the warm up." And I was like, "Well, I kind of just hurt myself. I twisted my ankle. I'll walk it off in a moment. I'm just in a little bit of pain right now." And they're like, "Okay, all right." So a little time goes by, and I actually tried getting up, and I was kind of limping over to the area where everybody was doing the warm up. And the coaches were like, "Hey, that's not looking good. How about you go up to the trainer so he can check it out?" Now, the thing is, the track that we were on is all the way down a huge hill that the school is on top of, and the trainer was in the school on top of the gym. So I had to walk up a huge set of stairs and a huge hill as well right after the stairs. So when I got to the trainer, which was inside the school, inside of the gym, and when I got in there, the trainer goes, "Okay, so what'd you do?" And I said, "I twisted my ankle." And he looks at it and he's like, "Oh my God, I think you sprained it. This is the size of a golf ball, this swelling." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at it and I was like, "Oh man." And that was the moment I knew that I was not going to be doing a lot of physical stuff for a while. So I had to actually get on crutches, and my mom had to drive me home and everything. Long story short, I was at home for a while, and this was right before the spring break. And so just for the whole break, I was sitting inside just playing Minecraft with Spooferman and Rainbow Ninja. And suddenly one day, I just kind of had this idea.
Okay, so basically how it went down is one day we were playing Minecraft, and I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. Like, I've been doing it before I started the Spooferman channel, or before we even started our channels. Expert Yump had brought this idea of we should film a hardcore challenge video with the same seed, and it actually ended up being our first video on the share channel. And we had said that we don't have a channel. Then the idea started tinkering. We started looking into it, and then we just started recording videos, started streaming, started everything. And uh, me personally, and Expert Yump, I bet you probably thought as well, I thought this was just going to be like, oh, we're going to do this for fun. We're not going to do this every day. We're going to film maybe a couple times a week, then just take a break and film when something fun happens.
And honestly, for me, that's kind of still how it is. But Spooferman kind of puts a little more, I should say a lot more time into his stuff. He's like staying up to post videos, and you know he's tired, but he posts a video anyway. It's like, I'm bored. Let me post a video. Yeah, so the idea that I came up with and told him was the hardcore video where we raced to see who could get diamond armor first on the same seed. Now, that video didn't exactly do super great. It
Yeah.
was an hour long. So basically, the deal is I actually didn't have any idea what editing software to use. I just knew that I had on my phone an app called CapCut. So I just kind of went to the Play Store and downloaded it on my computer. And I opened it up and it was immediately different because there's a PC version and a mobile version. And obviously, when you download it on a PC, you're going to get the PC version. So I actually was able to figure it out and I started editing the video. I had to restart like 3 times because I made some dumb mistakes and, deleted some stuff, or like the video was freezing up, and it was so terrible. One thing I don't advise is editing a video on a 2-hour car ride, or in the car in general. So once I finally figured out how to do all this editing, I was doing it, but I wasn't able to cut it down any further than an hour because I
Then you're
thought,
missing all the good parts.
yeah, then you're missing all the good parts, exactly. I didn't have any idea of what else to cut out, so I kind of just posted an hour-long video, which I knew wasn't exactly going to be a good idea. But that marks the beginnings of our shared YouTube channel, the Spoofer Plus Yump Divided by Rainbow channel, which at the time was Spoofer Yump, or Spoofer Plus Yump, February 21st, 2023.
And then a little couple months after, our solo channels came in. I think yours was first, mine was second.
Yeah, mine is an interesting story. Yours, the idea was around March, I believe, to create the solo channels. So yeah, March 2nd was, I just looked it up, the real Spooferman channel.
Oh, March
And
2nd.
yeah, that's when it says you joined. My channel is a little different. It'll tell you that it was created on September 29th of 2020. Now, the reason I did that is because I created it then, yes, but I didn't post any videos. It was kind of a wishful thinking type of thing. So I was just kind of, waiting for the day that I actually start making videos and posting them and stuff. But really, I just created a channel, made a profile photo, I named it Expert Yump, and that's it. There's not much else you can do until you start posting videos. I didn't make a banner or anything. I just made the channel, right? And March 2nd, around that time, is when it became active. My first video on the Expert Yump channel was 4 months ago.
I think we've also both learned our own skills and traits through this. Like with the Spoofer Young channel, you were always the one editing the videos. I was the one filming the videos.
Well, most of the
Because I
time,
knew
yeah.
how the camera worked, but you knew how the brains of editing it and molding it together worked.
We each kind of had to learn when we created the solo channels, which is probably even better than having the shared channel, because now when we make a video together, we can each post it and we can make solo videos, and we just kind of have more freedom amongst our channels.
Yeah.
That actually turned out really good, and that was kind of really the start of our channel. We started making videos that honestly, they weren't the best and they weren't really doing super amazing. On the Spoofer Yum channel, we really only got 43 videos. I think the Spooferman channel has how many? 91? Wow. So our second video after the hardcore one, that one actually did not very good. It was basically, we wanted to replicate the fun that we had in our realm and kind of, show it on YouTube, how much.
Just express like what we're doing. Like we're having fun doing this. We're literally playing a game. We're having fun. Let's just record it.
So yeah,
And it works.
that video was screwing around with Rainbow Ninjas 1, and honestly, that one actually didn't turn out as good because the fun we were having was kind of something like Rainbow Ninja would do something dumb, like putting blocks all over our house or something. We would get annoyed at him, kill him, and with the various mods we had on, we'd play around with his like ragdolled body and stuff. And honestly, that was fun and all, but it's not really fun to watch in one 30-minute video and another 16-minute video. I'm kind of I didn't even watch the whole thing, honestly. I wasn't there for that. Our next video was a complete 180. We did a podcast where we're just talking, kind of like this one, except we were doing it while we were playing Greenville. So
It was fun.
that was fun.
Let's just say it was fun.
We did have fun, but it wasn't the greatest video. I think when we really started to get good was when we made Speedrun 4 Race on Roblox. This one was an hour in the making. Um,
Oh
we
yeah.
recorded for an hour and we just ran to the end of Speedrun 4. Only I made it to the end. The other two,
I gave up after a while, and I did cheat, which was fun.
yeah.
You gotta have so much
So
deviousness in your games.
that is a whole thing. It was you can tell just how frustrating it got at times because this man decided to express it in vulgar language that I had to censor because I kind of forgot to tell him that I wanted to make the video for kids. So,
Yeah,
he just
that's
kind of
also something we have to
let it all out. But and funny thing is, it never ended up being made for kids because I missed a part where he mentioned something that was a little not good, so I had to make it not made for kids. So afterward were two videos without Spooferman in it. Actually, I should say more. Well, yeah, two videos without Spooferman in it because the next one was our April Fool's face reveal, right?
Oh,
That
that one was
one
fun. That one was fun.
that one was actually really fun. It's an hour long unedited footage of Spooferman's um, Speedrun 4 stuff. His audio was kind of corrupted and it sounded like super terrible. And the voice footage wasn't really in there, so the voice footage turned out fine, but the audio of the game was actually really bad. The original story you told me was that you like dropped the computer down the stairs or something at some point and it
So
was like screwed it up or something.
that was one thing that killed the original hard drive. That was on a separate hard drive. After doing some research, so how that video was filmed for me to have my face cam and also have my microphone is I was using my MacBook Pro to record video and audio for my voice and my face, or the mask, and then I switched to using the Windows computer for gaming. Thing with it though is that it's almost 10 years old. It's a 10-year-old laptop that's running Windows 11. So the thing with it was that it was at the time Windows 10. It's slow as hell. So once Speedrun 4 booted up and I was recording with Xbox Game Bar, plus I had a keyboard and a mouse plugged in with the Corsair looking keyboard, uh, it just got super sluggish. And looking back into the videos thing on iMovie, I can actually see that the way it recorded was it picked up 3 seconds of audio, cut it up, and split it into 5-second increments, and then the rest of it was just static, which caused it to have that corrupted, weird noise that just sounded like my computer was farting for an hour.
So after that, there were a few more Roblox videos and a video of how I totally edit my videos and a Rec Room video. There was a Wii Sports bowling video. Now that one's an interesting one because we recorded a whole long thing, but I only actually ended up posting the bowling part. If you guys want more, I still have it sitting on my computer and I can post the rest. But it was basically a video of us playing Wii bowling, and that one did better than any of our videos before had, unless you count shorts, which shorts actually did really good. The Wii Sports one got 60 views, which was more than any of our videos I think ever has. I think the original Minecraft one was the only one before that that got any good views, which was 29. And which is actually kind of surprising because it's an hour long. So then after that was some more Rec Room videos, which didn't exactly do the greatest, and then a one wheel vlog, which we thought this one was going to be so good. We actually hyped it up. We basically announced it a week before it was actually posted. Then it premiered, and it's a 13-minute vlog about us on the one wheel, just one wheel stuff. having fun, and
which
honestly, that one didn't do too great. We're both thinking of reposting that one on our own solo channels, seeing if that does any better.
also something I've learned: just don't premiere videos. I've learned this over the course of doing YouTube for almost 5 years at this point and failing every single time. Where it's finally taken off, don't premiere, because when I premiere a video, it does worse than it does when you don't premiere it. Because when people think premiere, you think, oh, something big's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna bring Mr. Beast into this. When he did his, he literally threw a train into a pit.
I'm not gonna say don't premiere. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm thinking more maybe save premieres for like really hyped events, which is kind of
Yeah,
what we were trying to do here. It just wasn't enough hype, you know. So, yeah, we're going to release it as a regular video. I think the reason why premieres don't quite do as good sometimes is because you can't really skip, or, if you pause, then it's not live anymore. Then what's really the point of being a premiere, and, all that. But honestly, the real only reason we did a premiere was we wanted everybody to see the whole thing, and if you kind of skipped, you might miss something. And the other thing is, when you do a premiere, you can schedule it. You can schedule it either way, but it doesn't announce it like it does when you premiere it. So that's basically the history of the Spoofer Yump Rainbow channel. We kind of stopped that channel. This is basically the end of it, though. That was the history of our channels and how we started them, why we started them, and how it went. We're still
yeah.
learning, so yeah, we're trying to get better, and hopefully, if you guys actually made it this far, you'll be watching some more of our videos. That would be real nice. And with that, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.